I want to do is show you how to create a post on RealClearVote.com. So here's what you do. Here's the first thing. You are going to log in under a account that I create for you. So this username and password will be unique to you. I'm Tiny T. I'm going to log in. All right. Now the next thing you're going to do is go over to your posts. You're going to click Add New. I push Control and just pop open a new window. Next, I go to Dilemmas and I click this one. I hit Control, click it, pops that open, and then I also click Manually Add New Dilemma. And again, I hit Control on each of those. Next, I actually move this post over here. That way I have the dilemma numbers here. I have the Manually Add New Dilemma window here. And finally, I have Add New Post here. Now, the next step I do is I pop up my news source. So sometimes I'll tell you to go to Reddit, or sometimes I'll say go find a news story on your own, Facebook, or on Drudge Report, or all sorts of different websites. So today I'm going to go to Drudge. And I think I already have an article that I want to choose. I think I'm going to go with the Hillary Clinton email story that's been buzzing majorly on social media. So yeah, there you go. First page, it's obviously the image there. And there's one here that I wanted to grab after it loads. And it would be this one right here, HDR22. So you're going to go, and like when you're doing your post, you're going to grab a news article that you find interesting. It's going to be, there'll be certain requirements, some news, some sports, some finance, but let's do this one. So here's the news story. I'm going to grab this link. I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is copy it. Next, I'm going to go over to here. Since this is a news story, I'm going to post in, I'm going to go to element, I'm going to hit that S button, go to elements, then I'm going to hit button. Then I'm going to put all caps, I'm going to say read article. I'm going to go to the next tab, I'm going to Control A, Control V, paste that new article in. Then I'm going to go down to button link target and change it from self, I'm going to change it to blank. Hit OK. Now I'm going to center it so it appears centered on the page. Now I'm going to move this alignment back to left, and I'm going to do a title. I'm not going to copy the title from Drudge Report. It's copyrighted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of a title. So Hillary Clinton's private email draws scrutiny. So what I'm going to do for a title is I'm going to say well, I know from this story, I remember Whitewater, the Whitewater investigation. So I'm going to say Whitewater 2.0. And if you notice here, this is actually saved to draft. If you just hit publish, when you do hit publish, it'll update the permalink, so you don't even have to bother changing it. So that's a nice feature. All right, next I'm going to go down to my categories, and I'm going to categorize it based on the news story, obviously. So if you go to most used, you'll see the common ones. And in this case, it's going to be breaking news, it's going to be politics, and I always click recent, and that way it appears on the home page. Now, if I wanted to do something that wasn't on the most used tab, I just go into all categories and I'll do a Control F. So like, let's say it was finance, go down to just type in finance, click it. Now, I sometimes put a few tags on things, that way the search engines like it, and also for people looking and want to find more information on Hillary, for example. So I put Hillary Clinton, put scandal, I just make these up as I go. Scandal, private email. I put private email scandal. I usually put 2 or 3 different tags. Okay, so now that you've done that, go back up here. Now let's go back to our manually add new dilemma. And I'm going to use the same exact title. So I'm going to copy. In fact, I'm going to actually change this title. So I'm going to say, will Hillary survive this one? And I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put paste. I'm going to click. And here's where the actual yes, no feature comes in. So I'm going to pop open. I want to add an image. So I'm going to go to pixabay.com. It's a great website for open source or public domain photos. So Hillary Clinton. So I'm going to choose something that's related. So I know they don't have a lot of people. I know there's one Hillary one, but I've already used it. So I'm going to just go to White House, because we all know she's probably going to be gunning for that at some point. So there you go. That's pretty good. These ones on the top are actually sponsored images. You can see in the top right hand. So do not use those images. Those are copyrighted, and you can see that there's a little Shutterstock watermark on there. So don't use those. These ones are fine and fair game. So I just hit that, click download. Now it's asking me for a CAPTCHA. So I just do that real quick. OSITC, hit download. It's downloading. Now I go back over to my manually add dilemma. I mean, for the question, I add yes. Now, if you wanted to use a color, you could right here. But instead of using a color, I'm going to go to image, upload image. And then I just drag and drop right there. That's what's nice about this. And usually I use the large. And then usually I use the large size, but sometimes I'll go in there and resize it. But don't spend a whole lot of time doing that. Just get it in there, and you'll get a feel for it as you work with the images and everything. So next, hit insert into post. Now these ones I don't bother tagging, so don't even bother. So hit publish here. Then you're going to hit refresh here. And here you go. There is the title and your ID. Now look, I forgot to put no on B. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go to question under here and push no. And the color is red. I like it to be red if it's no. So there you go. And now this number, ID 3277. We're going to go back to add new post. And we're going to do bracket DIL space DIL equals 3277, close bracket. So you got to be sure to get that exactly right. Now, we've got our categories marked. We've got our tags implemented. We've got the article linked in the button. And so we can hit publish. And hopefully it comes out looking pretty decent. Now, I hit control, click on view post. And will Hillary survive this one? And yes, there's a photo of the White House there, or no with the red block. It allows people to leave a message in each one or share it. And so that is your basic overview of how to create a post. If you've got any questions, please let me know. I think that most likely handles it. You'll have to do it a few times, but once you get it, you'll have it, and it becomes pretty easy to do. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.